Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 17, Week 7. Today, we're taking a look at the Untitled LoneWolf team taking on the Split Push Routes Code Line team. And by the way, for the record, no matter how this shakes out, this is the Split Push Sprouts. This is Line Team's last hurrah. They could hypothetically not no Lone Wolf off the bracket. That would be funny. But even if they do, that's the best they got, basically. They're done after this. With me here today is, of course, Meth.
10 seconds remaining.
Indeed.
5 seconds remaining.
First bands coming out here. Knocking out Kenny Lavender's Death Prophet, and Golden Dragon also plays it as well, so not a bad band. Knocking out the Golden Dragon of Baden. Which is interesting, instantly assuming Roxy Row is now going to be running 3 again like he did last week. I don't know if that's necessarily the
Radiant team back.
the best thought there. CM band, pretty boring, just targeting mostly it seems at the support line right now. Smaniac's main hero knocked out, that's Canada PMA's main hero knocked out. Which Dr. DK?
Call that guy Canada PMA?
Yeah, Canada
10
PMA.
seconds remaining.
Canada PMA.
Yeah, it's Canada, that's what it says.
No.
5 seconds remaining.
There's a distinct differential between Canada and Canada.
No, that's the word that the country Canada was derived from.
No.
Which Dr. DK knocked out, not too surprising. The big old nerfs had, I think, already come out by the time this had happened. I think. They're happening now, certainly.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the patch was already out when this game happened, yeah. Because I think I talked about it on the live game.
Oh wait, 7.35C? Yeah, no, it did come out before this game.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
So not quite as scary as it was in the last patch. So a good DK player, and I'm sure Kenny Lavender is. Could still get some fun use out of it. Gonna be first pick the Lion, also nice Invoker band. First pick in the Lion gets matched with a first pick Snapfire. Snapfire still a bottom 10 win rate hero, fun fact. Only barely escaped the bottom 5 pretty recently.
Dire team back.
Of course, does have a lot to do with the fact that there are a lot of people who really don't understand how to play Snapfire. I trust Maniac probably at least kinda does. Like the combination of the Faceless Void and the Timbersaw ban right there. And of course the Code Line Rookie Respect ban, because if there's one person I'm really worried about on this team, it's definitely Code Line. Shroud Protector coming up here. Decent combo with the Snapfire, and Canada PMA has been rocking and rolling with that hero in this season. Well, sometimes, but has a higher rocking and rolling rate than not. That's a good strong support line,
10 seconds remaining.
even if Snapfire needed a little help to be called strong.
5 seconds remaining.
Good solid support line. It's not going to be really easily countered by anything that split push routes bring out. I mean, really the best possible option was a bad, but that's off the table now. So,
Also, if Snapfire decides, if the game goes way too late, Snapfire can also just start building core and one-shotting people.
it's true.
Which is always a fun thing to see.
Slardar coming up here. Again, has not really resolved the mystery of who's playing Pos 3 this week. I think we're going to need to see who the other support is to really answer that. And I'll decide whether or not I'm really
10 seconds
against
remaining.
the move or not.
5 seconds remaining.
Notably, Snapfire, of course, is one of the heroes in Roxy Row's, I think, main playbook as well, so picking that up is also going to deny him if he's going to be playing Pos 4 again today, or Pos 5 again today. Going to be Lich. Doesn't really tell me much. Lich and Lion, two supports that are going to have some utility in pretty much every game. Between them and Slardar, you've got a good combination of magic and physical damage. So that's nice. It's a decently rounded out combo.
10 seconds remaining.
I'd almost wish they'd gone for a support that uses his
5
physical,
seconds
his
remaining.
armor reduction a little bit more.
Yeah,
A
it's
little bit
always
better than
nice.
those.
Radiant team
Just
pick.
something like big beefy, maybe like Tusk. Fuck, even Train Protector would have been really nice. Just something.
Too bad they
that
lost
can
that.
Punch people. And yeah,
Dire team pick.
Yeah, they lost probably the two best guys they could have on the lineup for doing that, unfortunately. Terrorblade and Tideheart. I don't like the Tide. I don't like the Tide at all, but the Terrorblade seems pretty interesting. He's coming back now after a long absence. Zeus picked up on Split Push Sprouts.
seeing the two supports that had already been picked, I don't like Terrorblade. Because, like,
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team.
Lion can just spam Q after draining his mana permanently, and Terrorblade will never have mana, and then loses all of his health to the burst damage from Q very slowly, and then Lich can also just spam Q on Terrorblade.
That's true, but that is more of a fight thing, and I think,
No, just in the lane, just spamming Q on him makes him lose his HP, and then he can't lane.
I mean, that's true, but also, if you're looking at a list of supports that are not going to do that to Terrorblade, it's a pretty lonely list.
That's true.
Jug PL down, Meepo, Pangolier down. If he's being played competently, he should be able to flash farm to the point. As long as he doesn't just get completely annihilated in lane, he should be fine.
Which he
Plus-
might. Slardar Lion seems like a pretty strong fucking lane.
On one hand, Slardar Lion is a pretty good lane in theory. On the other hand, the reason Terrorblade's coming back is because his Q got super buffed, and that's pretty scary for Slardar in particular.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Makes you super slow, makes you attack super slow, and your little illusion does not have either of those problems, so it can get pretty annoying.
We'll see. I haven't seen the new Terrorblade changes, so.
Well, it's not necessarily new changes, because the buffs to his Q are a few patches old, but the big change from the recent patches that they took down the cooldown pretty considerably. I know Randy's been talking about how in pro games it has like a 60% win rate all of a sudden. To the point where people are now running him +4 just on spamming Q alone. It's kind of funny.
That's funny.
I don't know how practical that really is going to be in the long run, but at least for now it's working.
I mean, if the Q is that good, then fuck it. Do whatever you need to.
There you go. I think Code Line might have made a mistake here. I think it probably would have been better to let Kenny Lavender eat some of these shots rather than try to tank them himself. He's ended up on Weaver. Or potentially it's a pause 1 Slardar and pause 3 Weaver, I guess.
Weaver is definitely not bad here. You have to buy a Maelstrom.
I am worried about the potential of chain stuns.
That was my next point, is that they do have a fuck ton of large AoE lockdown.
5 seconds remaining.
And burst to be added into that lockdown with Snapfire.
I hope we get to see at least one time where Weaver hits R, gets back to full health, and then Terrorblade just swaps it back to where it was. That's always funny. Thinking hard. They do have over a minute of reserve time. So no reason not to just sit back and use it, I guess.
Yeah, fuck it.
There we go. After an hour and a half, they finally decide to run with the Storm Spirit. And it is going to be Golden Dragon on the Slardar today, which is, I guess, another advantage for Ray Bebe, unfortunately for Split Push Sprouts. Last week we saw Roxy Roro actually running pause 3 and actually did have a very good go of it. I would say more than decent. I would say very decisive in their winning game that week.
I don't know. I don't remember watching it.
Yeah, I don't think you were there.
I don't think I was there.
But yeah, this week it's back to Golden Dragon, who well, this is the week 7, so this is where I'm going to do the post-season rundown, so I guess I'll reserve my comments on that until then.
Yeah, Zeus, Stormtroop's a really good pick here, honestly. He can easily kill both of the backline supports, especially if, especially early, just because they don't have any health before they get any defensive items, and including Zeus. Because Zeus, once he wins the lane usually, but once Storm hits level 6, it becomes a very hard life for him.
Yeah.
Storm will just jump on him.
Stormsphere definitely is going to have to keep a very close eye on his resources, and his advantages against support lines can be diminished quite a bit if they opt to be together. I mean, if one stun happens to the Stormsphere in a game that looks like this, he's pretty dead. He can very easily just lose a huge amount of his mana, a huge amount of his health, and that sucks. Golf?
Honestly, I think what's best for him is to go Witchblade Blink Dagger. Or not Witchblade Blink, Witchblade BKB, or some like Witchblade Orchid BKB. Some second or third item after buying 2 cheap ones
Prepare
BKB.
for battle.
And then
Yeah, probably for the best.
Really kill people in the backlines.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the Slardar, this would actually be a really awesome Lincoln's game as well, but Slardar's going to make that annoying.
Slardar will make that a tinge annoying.
But yeah, I definitely agree with that. If he has some magic immunity, he's got nothing to be afraid of on this team for, like, ever. The only thing he really has to fear is running out of resources. Kenny Lavender running it down mid in protest. The only thing he really has to be mindful of is, ouch, his own resources. If he runs out of mana at an awkward time, or God forbid, if he is low on mana and then stops in front of Lion and loses the rest of it, he is super duper ultra dead. They can kill him very fast. If he's in a weird position, or if he doesn't quite ball lightning in time and he lets himself get, you know, Slardar W'd or in the Lion Q or something, very dead. But if he doesn't, if he plays this game well, and I don't think the ceiling for that is where it usually is. You know, usually I say that and it's like, if you mess up once, you're just gonna die, because that happens. In this case, it's a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah.
You know, you can even, like, dodge the Lion Stun, hypothetically, for example.
Hypothetically.
The battle begins.
It is tough, but...
Although, it would still be... If he does get stunned...
What is this? This is interesting.
Called the dragon.
Alright.
Just trade some health bars.
Yeah, there we go.
Zeus seems to have regenerated his in the meantime.
Yeah, it's kind of the unfortunate thing about going on somebody that early is that they tend to get all their health back. Overall, 2 for 2 trade. Couple of guys pretty low, but that's it. Not even pretty low. A couple of guys lose like a third of their health.
Trade last hits with the Snapfire, or trade attacks with the Snapfire.
He's walking over. This tide is like the only thing I don't like about this Radiant lineup. It's very redundant with the tree. Where Tide is right now, he basically just does everything the tree does, but worse. I have a feeling they pretty much just put him here to get Blink anchors with the Shard, right? Blink Shard, but not a huge fan of that.
He's pretty safe to lane into Weaver, and if he ever gets his E off in Weaver into fights, the fights become very hard for Weaver.
On one hand, that's true. On the other hand, the heights are going to be very hard for Weaver anyway, you know?
That is also true. Weaver also needs to go for a very early BKB.
Yeah, I feel like you really hate to do that a lot more on the Weaver than you do in the Storm Spirit in this game. Either way, before we get into the weeds on that, it's time for the roll call on the Untitled Lone Wolf team. Pause 1, you've got Ray Bay Bay on the Terror Blade. Pause 2, captain of the team Lone Wolf on the Storm Spirit. Pause 3, you've got Luth on the Tide Hunter. Pause 4, you've got Maniac on the Snapfire. At least Tide Snap is a classic lane combo, if nothing else. And pause 5, you've got Canada PMA, or as Mouse says, Canada PMA on the Treant Protector. On the other side of the coin, on the Split Push Sprouts, pause 1, you've got Code Line, captain of the team on the Weaver. Pause 2, Kenny Lavender on the Zeus. Pause 3, Golden Dragon on the Slardar. Pause 4, Peaches on the Lich, who just got out of a very nasty scrap with just a little bit of HP. Pause 5, Roxy Row on the Lion here, likely about to get a kill on Maniac. Goodbye, Maniac. First blood for Code Line. Well, how about that? At least you're starting off your last week of the bang. It is an interesting It is an interesting scenario here with the if you Sakuchi line and you have enough time to hit the other guy in the creeps, hit the other guy in the creeps. You don't have to choose. It's pretty long.
Can't hear you.
It's okay.
We're
He
back.
he'll
I'm
listen. Don't worry.
Fine.
Hopefully
I
that's not
managed
my mic.
To
A little worried.
I got no idea what it was, but the Discord decided to play every sound you made in the last 30 seconds in the entirety of a singular second.
Okay, nice. That
So,
means it's probably
it just
not
made
my
some
mic
sort of
then.
Gobbledygook. No, it was some sort of internet issue.
Hooray!
It's just fun because it decided to catch me up in the weirdest way possible.
Code line going to take the courier
Radiant's
here.
courier has been killed.
Tide needs to be a bit careful. Yeah, I could just do this. Hit Sakuchi, my man. Okay, isn't even necessary.
It was necessary, but in Shikuchi there he was dead.
Oh yeah, that's true. It wasn't necessary to get the kill. It wasn't necessary to retreat.
Oh, seconds. The fuck is this thing called again? Metamorphosis. That's the spell. Second metamorphosis coming out.
Yep. Doing quite a bit of damage here as well. Unsurprisingly, the Terrorblade at the top of the net worth charts. They're not net worth charts, last hit charts at the moment. Would not actually be that surprising if Code Lion was on top of those. Yes, we can check. Yes, he is. If there is one upside, even with the buffs to his Q, Terrorblade is still, oh wow, ancient ability guide there. Terrorblade is still going to be a much later, I think, he's going to be able to present much later than the Weaver in this game. Even with Weaver's downsides, he will be relevant earlier than the Terrorblade, especially if he has a good start like this, which is nice. Doesn't mean that there's at least some way of getting in, though the issues Weaver kind of has are still going to make that tough. You know, you'll be able to come out, you'll be able to do things, but it will be hard to do things and not die doing them, and you can't afford to spill that many times.
Yeah. I don't even know how many items Weaver needs to succeed this game, but definitely BKB is one of them.
Yeah, I think you will be able to fight without BKB for a while if you choose your entries right, which is something that. Okay,
But the
goodbye,
thing
Maniac.
about that is you need BKB plus another Dispel because of Tree and Protector.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
If you play your cards right, if you show him battles the right way, the right times, you'll be able to get away without that once in a while, but you won't be able to get into every fight. Not as often as you want to be in fights anyway without BKB.
Yeah.
Here comes Lion. Oh my god, I thought he was about to hit the Tide and kill him. Instead, he's about to get hit.
I'll not be held responsible for gross incompetence on your part.
Interesting.
Going for the Emax instead of the Shikushi is very interesting.
Yeah, especially in a lane against a Tidaner like this. Definitely feels like that's a Tortellini moment to me.
Yeah, it does feel a little weird.
Radiant's courier has
I'm
been
sure it's
killed.
just what his build says. He's just not deviating off of it, even when the situation favors it. But yeah, definitely Max Sakuchi in a lane that looks like this looks awesome. Look how many TPs he just got. Holy crap! The whole squad coming to kill Weaver. Well, he does just back away. He sees it coming, does the right thing, gets the hell out of town. Unfortunately, this Terrorblade can kind of manage this lane alone. The Slardar is really not a threat to him at all. If the fact that he has over double Sardar's last hits right now didn't give that one away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, they're gonna try and go for it anyway, but here comes the Q, here comes the meta, here comes the second Terrorblade. He has a full magic stick. Goodbye, Slardar. Ah, gets World Lightning.
It's
Very
always funny
sad.
to win a fight only just to get one shot by Zeus.
Yes.
I'm alive.
Yes.
I survived. No, you didn't. Zeus is alive. You are dead.
Oh, you hate to see it. Slardar gonna pick up the Wisdom Rune because he's lower level than a support by like a level and a half. Very rough.
Yeah, this lane's been rough for him.
Yeah, no surprise. Just, this isn't a great matchup on a better day, and it's not a great day for it. I mean, it's not even like Slardar and Lich have that much lane combo potential. They can have some fun once they both hit level 6 and are both actively fighting, but in lane, not so much. At least he's getting a banner creep here for free. There's that. At least he doesn't have to worry about Metamorphosis for another minute and a half. There's that. Oh, he's actually kind of doing some damage right now, considering the support in this lane is just going out and taking care of mid at the moment.
Yeah.
Not really sure. Interesting strategy on the Untitled LoneWolf team's part here. They're just kind of not really taking the offlanes from split push routes seriously at all. Treant has been out of this lane for like a minute and a half now, which I guess makes sense. He left lane and
because it's hard for Storm to stay in lane at this. I'm assuming at this point, because Zeus is just spamming spells that deal like a couple hundred damage.
On one hand, that's true. On the other hand, he is level 7 now. To me! First Ravage coming out. First Ravage line is immediately dead.
That was a very good Ravage.
Weaver does not have his ult. That's interesting.
No, he went for another point Chiguchi.
That is definitely true. That World Lightning was very well timed, even if maybe unintentional. No, I think that was intentional. I can't see what else he would be doing with it. Oh no, line. Oh no, line. Oh no, Pain. You really thought they wouldn't chase him into the jungle, huh? That's very wishful thinking.
Very much so, Pain back there.
I'll spoil you this much. If they're invading your lane to that extent, they're not hitting the tower. They're coming for you, bro. Rock Zero Road takes another spell. Yeah. And unfortunate, they used the World Lightning there for Weaver. That's helped scout for Weaver, and it didn't even like help him live because he just ignored the findings. Everybody's come bot to try and help do something with this meta, though everybody Dire just kind of retreated when he did that, so a little bit less useful as it turns out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Not even really gets to do anything to the tower here. In fact, he's not even going to try, in fact.
Dire's bottom tower is
Everyone just kind of TP bot now has to awkwardly leave. Oh, well, snipes the shielder in here from Kenny Lavender, using the old ball lightning from the Storm Spirit. But at least Zeus gets his bounty rune. All the supports in the game are now going mid. This is really interesting. It feels like both sides are just... This feels like a pub, you know what I mean? Both sides are just sending people everywhere, trying desperately to find some kills without having to overextend, but nobody wants to extend far enough to be killable. So both sides are just kind of meeting each other, like, halfway up the lanes, and then the side that's down just leaves, and everybody's just like, well, what do we do now?
What do we do now?
Just following everybody around the map. Tree ult in 30 seconds. Weaver could be in trouble if he sticks up here too long. That's going to require them to look for him again, and, who would do that a second time, right?
No one.
No one at all. Terribly quite close to his Yasha here. 79 last hits at this point. Look at the net worth chart. Even though Weaver has 3 kills, and 1 death perhaps did put him back quite a bit, but he is now only 3rd place. The Terrorblade, who only has 1 kill and a death to match, is now 600 gold above him. Only 500 actually, but they're finally going with something here. This is very awkward. Everyone seems to be having trouble figuring out whether they want to stay or whether they want to go. They ultimately do take out the lion here. Golden Dragon wants to continue the fight.
There we go.
Ray's dead. They actually took out the Terrorblade for that. Immediately lost the Slardar for it.
With his ultimate. Too. He never got the chance to use it. He was stunned for like 3 seconds straight.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate. There's a lot of CC in this game in general if you really look at it. I mean, you have the Storm Spirit Vortex, Tree Ult, Ravage, you have the Cookie, You have the Slardar just basically as an institution. You have the Lion just basically as an institution. You have the Lich, Sinister Gaze. Do you still have the trait to do the mini stun? Yeah, you do. So you can even get that on Zeus if you want to add one more.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Plus, if you want to count slows, you also have some of those all over the place. I mean, the Lion, not the Lion, well, the Lion Hex, of course, does that. That's more pressing CC on that one. You've got the Lich Q and the Frost Armor, for example. The Lion walking around here with very little HP and still no ult.
Dire's
Yeah, he's
top
got no
tower
mana
is
for
under
his
attack.
Shikuchi either.
Radiant's bottom tower
Does now.
is under
Get
Get the
attack.
bounty! Okay. The golden thread.
He's alive.
Yeah, it's Tree a little slow to put down the sentry there, unfortunately, for him. So Weaver gets to get away scot-free. Well, Dire takes out... Actually, both sides lose their safe lane towers about the same time.
Yeah.
Dire are now in third place. Going for the Mage Slayer. Definitely not as good as it was last batch, unfortunately, on the hero that looks like this. Gonna get a couple of seconds of annoyance with it, but it is definitely a lot easier to play around now. On the other side of the coin, Lion is a little crazy for this. Lion is really crazy for this, but they were holding all their skills because they thought he had his ult, which is not actually true. So they were very hesitant to actually go on him, so he kind of bluffed out there.
It ended up working.
Yep.
Invisibility.
Zeus cannot be seen. Has his phylactery.
It's a big power spike.
Lion is here and has decided to not give Zeus any mana just because he's a jerk. There's a nice little combo there. I don't know if it's really been thought about enough, perhaps, so far in this game. Is the ability, you know, Zeus's biggest downside is that he's a mana hog, and it's not that easy to just build items to get it to stay at 100% anymore while also being relevant otherwise, right?
Yeah.
Lion can definitely help quite a bit with that, but... Well, if he's getting dove under tower by 4, of course, that makes it very difficult. Here comes a Lich ult that just goes right to the creep wave to say hello. Slightly unfortunate, but it is going to be enough to get rid of the Tidehunter. Slardar making the charge here for an attempted counterattack. Maniac is going to run very far. Going to run far enough to get the Slardar in trouble, actually. This will be normally good Slardar play, but not when you are the lowest net worth core in the game by nearly 1,000 gold, as he just kind of casually goes down here. Sapphire ult. I don't think they're going to be able to follow this up. That was mostly just a dissuasion type ult, you know, don't follow us type ult. Great stun by Roxy there, saves Phage's life. 100% dead otherwise. Storm was just about to ball right on top of her head, gets an Orchid here just to piss Kitty off. Ultimately, thinking about it, Orchid might be the better play, honestly. I mean, you definitely want a Witch play, that much is obvious, but compared to getting the early BKB, I do think that is largely going to be enough. You know, you can drop on one support and silence the other, I think, in a lot of situations. Especially if you drop on the ledge. You know, the Lion has to, he's usually not going to be positioned properly to instantly jump on that and has one less skill that's instant, right? Oh no. I'm glad you had the little broken effect on the HUD now.
Oh yeah, the little zigzag through your ability, your passives.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a good way to actually convey what that means. I will be fair enough to say I think broken is one of the more non-indicative terms in Dota.
Yeah, it doesn't really tell you what it is. You're broken. Broke what, bitch?
Smoke a deceit dropped here. I almost said broke a deceit.
Dire are scanning.
You're
So what the
broken.
tree is, he's pretty broke. Dire do successfully scan out Slard or the Tidehunter here, though I think they probably think that means more. It's not actually true. Looking for his Blink Dagger next, because Homeboy wants to make sure to do as little damage as possible. What?
What?
Just very, very slowly beats down his own Observer Ward. This is a cool Ravage. Gets 3. Storm Spirit.
Doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything though, because Storm Spirit I don't think was expecting that to work. He just balled really, like, weirdly far away. Not the best tree ult, unfortunately. Only gets 1. The 1 does at least die. Kind of an awkward procession of events for the Radiant. Definitely feels like they could have got more out of it, but they still got 3 for nothing. Courtesy of
they got more
the
than I
Terrorblade.
expected to.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
has
TB's looking pretty big right now. He still only has 1400 HP. He's easily removable. That's a ballsy move, Roxy.
Oh my god.
Considering those 2 illusions do so much
fallen. Radiant's
damage.
bottom tower is under
They in fact, Roxy tried to get the Finger of Death kill, and
He was
got eaten by
close.
illusions.
Where's my Zeus ult?
It already got used, that's what got him so low to begin with.
I know.
Zeus ult again. Build refresher
Yeah.
quick.
Where's my refresher?
Terrorblade Manticile now complete, looking to get the Naya Skadi next. Nothing reinventing the wheel here. Gonna be pretty decently hard to kill him with that rate. Weaver has been playing this very safe so far. He hasn't really been fighting while farming, which I think is the core strength of the Weaver here. He's basically just been in this GG jungle the whole time, and I don't know if that's necessarily been to his team's benefit. I'll spoil this much for you. If you want to have a late game farming contest, you're already going to have enough problems with the Terrorblade. Terrorblade's already going to outscale Weaver, but, you know, the combination of the Storm Spirit and the Snapfire is going to basically amount to, like, a second late game carry, right? You know, individually not so much, but cumulatively are going to scale far more than the Zeus or the Slardar really are, right? So, if you want to take this late, I'm guessing Ray Bebe is going to say, be my guest. Absolutely take it as late as you want.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Because after a certain point, every minute that passes is just good news for him. Who would win in a fight, Slardar or the Tidehunter? The answer is neither. They don't do any damage. One-man shield here, though it is going to lead to the untimely death of Weaver. Okay, that's not so good. Brief tab out there to make sure our special guest commentator can see what's going on here.
Can I?
I don't know. Yeah, Weaver took a very casual spill there and has fallen from top of the net worth charts to
Really
second
don't
lowest.
like
Dire's middle tower
This
is
Desolator
under
build.
attack.
You had to go Maelstrom here.
In fairness, I think the build is secondary to the fact that you had a carry who could fight relatively well even without any items and then didn't do that. And you farmed just way slower. I mean, the Maelstrom would have definitely helped, make no
Really good
mistake.
Ravage.
Yeah, very good Ravage. Takes 2 down here. Leads to the death of the 3rd, leads to the death of a 4th. Weaver is back in the back line here. A little crazy, but they're not going to push their luck, try to get rid of him. 4 for nothing, ultimately. And considering they had already killed 2 before that even started, I mean, 1 came back up in the meantime, but I mean, it's starting to look very rough for the split push routes. Linear advantage, like the most true sense here. Literally all 5 members of the Radiant above their dire counterparts here. They're not even going to go on Weaver. They don't even
Is
care.
under attack.
Take about half of his HP bar out for free, though. Though with the dire coming back up, they are not going to push their luck any further. They got nothing, and that's all they wanted,
Bounty.
I guess. As predicted, Tidehunter's going straight for the shard here. It's going to be a little annoying to deal with, though. Some of these skills do kind of counteract it in a way. Like, Weaver can still ult with it on, the Zeus jump still works, fixed distance kind of thing. So, of course, it will make it a lot harder for the likes of, you know, Slardar and the supports to get away, but those guys are having enough trouble not dying instantly as it stands, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're having a couple issues right now.
Tormentor going down here is going to display, actually, yeah, both the supports already have shards, so it's a coin toss between Luth and the Storm Spirit, and Storm Spirit wins, poor Luth. Gets his weird Ag shard. Like the, I guess this is really supposed to be a support thing for him, but...
No, it's really good, actually. It does a lot of damage. You pop it, and it gives you 3 activations of Overlord, which is very good. Like an extra 200 damage.
Radiant are scanning.
It works really well with when you get to level 25 with the Overlord bounce talent. Especially if you get an Ags and pull in multiple people.
Okay, yeah, that suddenly does make it look quite nice. Weaver in the anchor here.
Yeah.
Does not have his ult, so he just dies. Which is a bit unfortunate for old Mr. Weaver. If there is nothing else, that is just display that you gotta be careful with that thing. Not really sure exactly what he'd already used it on, to be honest with you. Okay, Roxy Road is gonna die in a 1v1 with the Snapfire off screen, and then he types Maniac. And then Luth types Maniac. Okay, what happened that was so tip-worthy? What went on here?
What did Maniac do?
Is this he just raw dropped Snapbolt on his head? That would be funny.
A soldier's fortune.
Okay, so
How far back did I
coming
just
in
go?
From the north. I don't know.
Okay, I was... Oh my god, okay. Lion is just, like, gone at this point. He's just, like, a non-factor as the actual answer.
Solo kill is what happened, yeah.
Yeah, Hollywood moment. He is currently 0 and 11, and what will not be heralded as a hallmark performance for Rock Zero Road this season, unfortunately.
No, or any season, really.
Are scanning.
On one hand, at the very least, he is soaking up deaths that could go to the core. On the other hand, I don't know if I'm ever really happy being half of a team's deaths.
He's technically doing the right thing. He's soaking up farm that other people can't really soak.
On the one hand, that's true, but on the other hand, I do have a funny feeling that, all being said, a lot of those 11 deaths probably weren't necessarily, you know, like, just being here and all that.
Yeah.
Why is the Snapdragon always looking up now?
Because he's looking forward to the future. I don't know, he's a lot higher here.
I miss the era where sometimes the Snapfire could get stuck, like, with Mortimer just standing up. Just walking around on his hind legs looking really weird. First Roche going down here, no contest at all. Aegis goes to the Terrorblade, who has finished up a Scotty and also finished up a Crystallis just for added fun. He's also going for BKB. Honestly, at this point, it's almost questionable how much the BKB gives him, just in the case that the people you need BKB for have fallen apart so dramatically, you can definitely just kill them without. Though, if you want to just not even bother thinking about them, it's a nice way to go about it.
Although,
like, here it comes.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Like, look at that! That's Ray Bebe's interaction with Lion right now. Luth is, sadly put himself in jail. If only I had a harmonica right now, I could play some folksy prison blues. It's okay, he committed jailbreak.
He did commit the jailbreak.
You know, it's kind of appropriate to see these two the same place right now because,
Dire's bottom tower
you know, Luth is Canadian, and of course you've got Canada PMA. It
Dire's
makes
courier
sense.
has been killed.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Sure it does. To some people.
Dire's
I
bottom
don't think it
tower
does
is
to
under
most
attack.
people.
Does it?
Terrorblade
Sure,
is just completely demolishing this tower here without the Snapfire armor break on it.
Dire's bottom
Look at this
tower is
nerd
fallen.
having all these items in his backpack.
Yeah, that's true. Sell this shit, Ray. Come on now. It's a free shard for himself. I don't even remember what that does. Oh, it's like the
It's
weird
the
this
Demon
thing.
Seal. It's only usable in melee form. 4 meta.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under
He
attack.
just took out about half of his HP there.
Yeah. What, the Demon Seal? Or
No,
The enemy
the enemy team. Trying to go on him here. They're having a tough time. Big Ravage. Ravage on 4.
yeah, they kinda
Follow
did.
up, doesn't quite, he gets the same amount of people, though everyone's kind of already basically dead when it happens. Which is the tragedy of this combo, but you know how it goes. 5 for nothing trade, they don't even get the Aegis. Call it wine. I know it's week 7, but this is all over but the crying, baby.
Has fallen.
Yeah, this one's
Nobody's
so
even
rough.
buying.
Dire's bottom tower
Roxy ends up missing a point-click stun there. And then,
Dire's bottom
Slardar
tower.
had just no follow-up.
Dire's bottom
It was
tower.
0 stuns to follow up Slardar's
And
initiation.
worse, yeah, you got such a good pushing team, too.
Yeah.
The Snapfire, the Terrorblade. Very
on,
good
Ray,
at tearing buildings down very quickly.
Got it,
Dire's
just
middle
tank it
tower
down.
has fallen.
Goodbye, Roxy. Oh my god, Slardar 1v1. Lion wants another one, I guess.
Middle barracks are under attack.
Ray is just waiting, just eagerly for somebody to just walk up to him right now, right? He's got his ult in 5.
His middle barracks has fallen.
2,
How did that
1. Oh, he
miss?
actually ran out of mana there. He couldn't cast it.
Yeah.
The,
Slardar's
okay.
stun. Missed the tree protector somehow.
Ray Bebe could
mean-
not care less about this crap. He's just hitting that
Kind
building.
of Only Ray right now. Like,
Everybody else is very dead looking. Oh my god, like a lion. Oh no!
that attack.
Just going down again.
Yeah.
One hit. Every hit from the Terrorblade does a
Oh.
5th of. Okay, there he goes.
There you go.
Again, didn't actually get to use his ult. Nobody was ever close enough to him.
No one's in range. They did a good job kiting that out. The Zeus got in range. That fight was completely over in a bad way.
The game was completely over. Yeah.
Not that. Well, yeah, game. Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, Lion was dead. You know, that didn't look like a very great scenario.
You're correct.
I think Zeus might have gotten a little over-eager chasing the Storm Spirit here. Okay, that was not the snap ult. So that kind of takes a little. Oh my god, he buys back for the ult, then doesn't even kill XD. Oh no! Oh, it takes a little bit of the bloom off of that rose. He does get the BKB on the Storm Spirit now. Speaking of has the BKB, oh, that was his 9 on the Terrorblade. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sell some of this crap, Ray. I promise you're never going to need the magic wand again. There we go.
There it is. There it is. He heard you.
Yeah, he was listening.
He was.
Snapfire getting buried here. Oh my god, they still can't actually get rid of him so easily. Still gonna only trade 1-for-1 for that. No, it's about to get a lot worse. Big Ravage on 3. Treant ult misses the Weaver though.
I was about to remark on that. Fucking hell.
He turned on his game shortcodes. No fake Weaver. They silenced the fake Weaver. They didn't know he has the Manta style. In fairness, I don't think I knew he had the Manta style either. Interesting thing to get.
I did. I don't like it.
Dire's
You're not a
tower
fan?
is under attack.
No, Manta style. No, not really.
This is a very old-fashioned Weaver build. This is like what Weaver built in like,
Tower has fallen.
2015, right? Like,
Top barracks
I
are
think
under
the Manta
attack.
style has ever been a core build on Weaver.
there was, the patch where literally every Agi hero was building Manta style because it was massively broken. They were, but that was like it, I think. Mega Creep's now out. That was a dieback on the Zeus as well, on the light of that there.
Yeah.
Didn't even really consider that, because I kind of forgot he bought back for the sole purpose of trying to get the funny world lightning there, but...
Yes. I mean, at least they're sort of spending his dieback in a relatively harmless fashion.
Yeah, they're...
in their base.
Yeah, they're trying to avoid giving up any ground here. They're not, unfortunately, not successful in that endeavor, as Storm Spirit is now just running them over. Kenny Lavender takes it upon himself to call the G's, and we're going home for Game 1. And what is a pretty short game by this season standards. Oh, Roxy wants to go down one more time, but never mind.
Dire's middle tower is
Oh.
under attack.
It's
Roxy
funny how
wants to
the
go
fire-
down, but never mind, baby.
Dire's middle tower.
Wow, Shriel comes out.
Dire's ancient
There we go, he finally goes down. In fact, so does the rest of it. Did the team not agree with that GG call?
Cancel the GG?
Yeah,
is under
Looks
attack.
like it.
interesting.
Dire's
Fortunate.
structures are fortified.
Well, it led to Roxy dying one before, so take from that what you will.
True.
Radiant victory.
And then they call it again.
Do call it again.
As the New Year Beast, the Dragony Year Beast, voices his displeasure. Ah, that was rough. That was rough, and it kind of looked like it was always going to be rough. I didn't like the Tide Hunter, but I didn't like way more things on the split push routes. The Slardar and the Lion did not feel like they did anything here but die, basically. Just kind of repeatedly. 0-10-6 on the Slardar, 0-17-10 on the Lion, and a lot of those kills came from the base defense at the end of the game. A lot of those assists, I should say.
Yeah.
I mean, the good news there is that Lion was a part of nearly every kill in this game with the 10 assists. That's good. There is that, but I mean, I don't know. It just felt like nobody was in it to win it this time. I guess everybody very aware of their inability to find a future on this bracket, but everybody very keenly aware of exactly where they stand here, I guess.
Heavy Lavender going for the right-click Zeus build. I don't like it.
Well, I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Not like anything changes if he doesn't do that.
No, but he does more damage if he doesn't have it. If that's like...
That's true, but on the other hand, he still just kind of dies. In like 1 second, he's still a Zeus in a game that looks like this.
He's going for some weird-ass hybrid build. The Manta
Yeah.
style. I don't know.
Yeah, the hybrid I don't like, but you know how it goes. Either way, we'll see what happens next time.